Hi, good day. I am Dr. Kadisha Wilshire, and I'm here to talk to you today about the importance of breakfast. So, why do we need to eat breakfast? Most persons say it's the most important meal of the day. Do you know the adage? Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. There's a next one, another one. So eat breakfast for yourself, share your lunch with your neighbor, and give away your dinner. Most times we skip breakfast. That's typically me. Most times my excuse is, I got up too late, I don't have the time, or I'm not hungry, I forgot, something similar. Most persons use those excuses, or they don't want to eat too early. Breakfast has an impact on our bodies throughout the day. It helps us stay alert, to be active, to concentrate all throughout the day. Most times when we don't eat breakfast on time, we are very lethargic, we are drowsy, and we try to snack throughout the day. And this is not good for our caloric intake. Breakfast helps with proper functioning of the body. It helps stabilize insulin levels in the body. It gives us energy, as I said before, and it helps increase your metabolism. When to eat breakfast? Ideally, about an hour after you get up in the morning. By that time, you would have used up some energy and you're ready to take in fuel again. Most times our stomach in the morning would produce gastric acid in terms of its concentration, mostly in the morning. So it's best to eat it then. When we skip our breakfast, it would increase the amount of inflammation in the stomach. Also, it will damage the mucosal lining if we have a lot of gastric acid just floating around, not doing anything for long periods, and it will promote stomach ulcers. If we take generally our caloric intake to be through 2000, our breakfast in terms of calories should be about 30% of that. So now, what to eat? Ideally, in the 1900s in America, or Western societies before World War II, certain diseases were at a minimum, but now they are rampant. So, fewer than 10% of deaths were attributed to arterial disease, so heart disease or disease of the arteries, but now it's close to 33%. Less than 6% of persons died of cancer in America before the 1900s. Now, more than 25%. After World War II, these diseases became rampant. Why? Because persons could now afford richer diets, more highly processed foods, and more animal products. We're now going to talk about diseases from foods. So you think I'll go to talk about pesticides or insecticides. But we'll just stay very basic for things that you have at home. Sugar, number one. Now, persons would take about 20% of their caloric intake in sugar, and that's way too much. Sugar is empty calories. There's no fiber and no nutrients. It's highly processed. And this now promotes obesity when you take too much sugar. Second thing, refined foods. It was a good thing when it came out. Persons would say it would take away the useless roughage. We don't need so much roughage. Foods are refined. But the roughage, what would that be good for? It helps protect against cancer, stabilizes our blood sugar, control our weight, and helps with gastrointestinal problems like gallstones, diverticulitis, constipation, and the roughage would help you with hemorrhoids, or piles as we would call it. What about salt, the third one? Most of us would use more than 10 grams of salt per day. That is about 2 tablespoons, and that is exactly 10 times more than we need on average. So too much salt will contribute to increase in high blood pressure, heart disease, and kidney disease. The fourth thing that is not so healthy for us, too much fats. We would consume 2 to 3 more times fats than is necessary for our diets. By eating too much fats, what would happen? Our digestion would slow down, and it will make us drowsy and sluggish throughout the day because our intestinal system or stomach is just working. And also fats contribute to diabetes, overweight, and cancer. How it contributes to diabetes? The fats that we now absorb would tend to lock up the gates or the receptors of the insulin, where we will tend to take in glucose. And when we have too much of glucose floating around in the body, we tend to call that or label that diabetes. It causes the gates or the receptors for the insulin to be resistant. The other thing, protein. Protein is good, but our sources of protein, where do we get it from? So most times we get it from meat or animal products, and that is way too much protein, too much fat and cholesterol than our body needs. On average in a day, 46 grams is what a woman would need or be sufficient, and 56 is what a male would need. Let's go to beverages. We drink way too much soft drinks, sodas, pops. Some person may use coffee, tea, beer, sweet drinks, alcohol. But what's the best beverage? It's free and it's the best: water. How often do we drink water? We need to drink some more. And snacks, empty calories. Most of us have snack attacks throughout the day. Just as persons would feel when they have a heart attack, some persons feel that same way when they don't have a snack. But it causes us to overeat and burden our stomach. So we will eat breakfast, and before we had that rest period of about 5 hours for our stomach to digest and rest, we are eating a snack again. And once we introduce something into the system, when our body is digesting, it will stop it and we will have to start all over again. So frequently we will feel bloated and tired when we snack a lot, and it's because our body is being overworked. And as we spoke about fats before, let me just add, now having too much fats in the body is just like having an extra source of hormones. Fat cells produces hormones. It increases hormone levels in our body. So it's just like a next endocrine organ we can see. So it tends to contribute to things like fibroids, having menstrual cramps, endometriosis, and it's just the excess estrogen in our body. And we will tend to get those from fats and dairy products. You would say you would want to drink dairy or take in dairy because you're studying your calcium level. Now, cows produce milk, and we get the milk from the cows. But cows, after their weaning period, all they eat is grass. So calcium, we can get sufficient quantities in green leafy vegetables. We don't have to take in dairy products. And by taking in dairy products, commercially what they will do is tend to feed them a lot of antibiotics to the cows. They will tend to give them a lot of hormones because they want them to produce more cows. And the estrogen level will be high. And when it is we eat dairy, as in milk, or it is we take in cheese, it's concentrated in terms of the hormones. So we tend to have heavy flows, cramps in terms of menstruation, and we tend to have a lot of hormonal imbalance, polycystic ovaries or disease. But fiber helps with this excess in your hormones. Fiber helps mops it up and helps it to be eliminated, but we don't eat enough of it. So let's go to vegetables, which is a good thing. We tend to have good amount of fiber in vegetables. As I told you before, there's calcium in vegetables, especially the green leafy vegetables. So you can get the calcium from vegetables without the hazard that dairy products would give. Also from green leafy vegetables, you can get iron without the hazards of other things that meat would introduce into the system. So we will need iron. Why? Because it transports oxygen in the body. So there are two types of iron that the body can use. It could be non-heme or heme iron. So non-heme iron is where we would get those things from plants, and that is quite useful to us. It's useful because if your body has enough iron with your non-heme iron from dairy, it regulates absorption. So if your body has enough, your body would not absorb more. If your body has little, it would absorb the non-heme iron. But when we get our iron from dairy, products or meat, what will happen? It just goes straight into our blood system and we cannot regulate it. So if it is we have too much iron already in our system, by taking or heme sources of iron in terms of meat, it will just increase the iron levels in your body, and that is not good, because too much iron or overconsumption of iron leads to production of free radicals. So what is a free radical? So we will have the elements, and on the elements we will have electrons. What would happen to those electrons or a free radical is that they go about the body and they will take electrons from somewhere else and causes whatever it takes it from to be unstable. When it is we have too much iron, it causes our body to make excess free radicals, and that is not good. But God would have provided for something like that. Antioxidants, we get them in our fruits and we get them in our vegetables and our phytochemicals. So the antioxidants, what they will do is donate electrons to these free radicals and causes them to be stable. So the cell membrane of whatever it is we are using or things in our body would not be turned into free radicals if we have a lot of antioxidants on board. So antioxidants help fight cancer. It produces help fight cancer, and in terms of the vegetables, they would give us sources of folate and vitamin B. So we have vegetables such as broccoli, kale, collards, cauliflower. These things help eliminate toxins, so we can introduce them into our breakfast. And what about our green vegetables? Carrots, sweet potato, they are rich in beta carotene, and beta carotene is a good antioxidant. Fruits, they are high in fiber. In terms of the sugar level, it is gentle on our blood sugar. It's vitamin rich and low in fat. And it's a slow form of release in terms of carbohydrates into our blood. Next on the list is legumes. So it's peas, beans, lentils, anything really basically that comes from a pod. And it's champion source of fiber. It gives us protein and also calcium. What about the grains? Becoming very popular is quinoa, couscous. So it's high in fiber and you have a lot of protein from it. In terms of our breakfast, we can use tofu, which is good in protein. Other grains that we can consider: corn, rice, wheat, oats. As I said before, quinoa. They are a healthy form of complex sugar that gives us energy throughout the day. It's a healthy form of fiber that doesn't include cholesterol and animal fats. But when we take in the grain, we have to try to use grains that are not refined, because what they will tend to do is take off the husks from it, and that is what helps the fiber and mops up the extra hormones that we don't need in the body. But corn, in America now, every year about 2 million pounds of corn is produced. But how much of it do we really get to eat as sweet corn? Most of this is in terms of animal feed. It will go into making high fructose corn sugar for snacks, different meals. But when we grow our own corn and eat it, this is good and healthy for us in terms of fiber and grains. Other things that we can use in our breakfast, some studies would say when you wake up in the morning, you use flaxseed meal. So meal is where they grind it up and form it into a powder. It's a good source for omega-3 fatty acids. And this is good for us, and it will help us in terms of regulating our weight. Other healthy tips I can give you in terms of breakfast: instead of using oils, what you can use is mix your food in water, or you want to steam your vegetables, you can do it in broth. You don't have to use oils. Other methods that you can use that is healthy: bake, boil, steam. When we're using our salad dressings, instead of using something that is high in oils, what we can use is lemon juice. This would tend to tenderize our vegetables. So instead of using lemon, if you don't want to use too much lemon, balsamic vinegar and Bragg's amino acids. So breakfast is a healthy part of our day, and it should be included. One of the things I forgot to mention is that in terms of legumes, persons would love to get their proteins from peas, beans, but many persons have problems consuming peas and beans. What should you do? It is said that you can soak it overnight. When it's soaked, you throw out the water, you pour out the water in the morning, and you can freeze it and wait until you need to use it again. And what happens when you freeze it, it breaks down the chemical that gives you this gassiness or this bloatiness. So soaking them overnight, freezing them, and then when you cook it, initially the water that you put it in, you throw that off like after 10 minutes, and then you put in fresh water and cook it to however you need it. You can make 3-bean salad, anything you want to do. Once we have beans, legumes in our diet, it helps us to fight cancer. So it's a very good source of nutrients. So as we start in 1 Corinthians 10:31, whatever you eat or drink, do all to the glory of God. Thank you.
For all of us at the ASI Kitchen.
Keep cooking. God bless you. Welcome to ASI's Kitchen. This is such a wonderful, wonderful day where we are joining you at home, and we hope that these recipes that we'll be sharing with you over the next few weeks will be something that you would try at home. So maybe children could teach mom, mom could teach children, dad could teach mom, or mom could teach dad.
That's right.
Make it a family affair.
Oh, yes.
So with me, I have Brother, of course, Brother Diamond Andrews. A lot of people know him here in Tobago as Mr. D. In fact, he's the owner of Mr. D's Kitchen.
Health Foods.
Health Foods, Mr. D's Health Foods. And if you have been in Scarborough, then you would know that he has the best vegetarian meals in Tobago.
Oh, you're talking. Amen.
And so you know he's well able to do these recipes here today, and I'll just be assisting him, Natasha Brown Allen here. Brother D, at your service.
Yes, so today we're going to be cooking up a storm. We're going to be making some special recipes that you can try at home, as Tasha just said. We just want to have you do something while you're home.
Yes.
You know, don't just sit down and watch television and read a book and so on. All those things are good, but at the same time, why not go in the kitchen? Take your husband to the kitchen, husband take your wife to the kitchen, carry the children to the kitchen,
Yes.
and let's have some fun together.
Let's have some fun.
We have some recipes. We are going to be doing 3 recipes today. 3 recipes today. And we want to start with our couscous pie.
Right.
that
Sounds interesting already, because I've never had couscous pie before.
You ever tried to make it?
No.
There's nothing about the couscous pie. Right, and folks who normally ask, what is couscous? Just one of those grains that we use to have fun with. I mean, you could make so many things with couscous, but we're going to be making the pie today. It's kind of a cousin to like millet and buckwheat and quinoa and those different kinds of grains. Well, today we want to make the pie, so we're going to get it together one time.
But Brother D, before we go any further, would you join me in a word of prayer?
Of course, we must pray.
Sure. So you at home, please join us for prayer. Dear God, we thank you so much that you are interested in our health.
Yes.
In fact, your word says that you wish above all things that we will prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prospereth. As we prepare these recipes today, we pray, oh God, that you will be with us and you'll bless those at home, that we can all get healthy together.
Yes.
In Jesus' name,
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. So we have our pot on the fire is already. We are going to give you the recipes. I guess you're going to be seeing the recipes at home. You can write them down, but I'm just going to show you how to put it together. So we're going to be making couscous pie, as I said. This is a couscous. We already have our pot on the fire, and it is smoking hot, as you can see, and easy.
Good.
We are going to put the couscous straight into the water.
Okay.
Now, in the water, we are just going to be adding a little salt.
Okay.
And we're just going to boil it in a little salt and a little tip of oil.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we are using
So we have 1 pound of couscous.
You want to read out the recipe for them?
Sure.
Go ahead.
So I'll go through the recipe with you. 1 pound couscous, 1 blade of chive, finely chopped, 1 medium onion, nicely chopped as well, 4 pegs of garlic, finely chopped or grated, 4 leaves of shadow benny, finely chopped, 2 tablespoons yeast flakes, 3 ounces cashew nut or sunflower seeds, and you can mix those together. 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons tomato paste, this is optional, and 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil.
Great.
So let's go.
We cook.
Yes.
So I'm going to put my couscous straight into the hot water.
Okay.
Couscous is quick food. If
Quick.
you want a really quick meal, the way to go is to get in your couscous, put it in hot water. Couscous will cook in 3 to 4 minutes. Ready to
Good.
go.
So this is great for on mornings when you don't have much time, and you still get a healthy meal.
Excellent.
Awesome.
So I'm getting my couscous and I want to put some salt in it.
Salt?
Right, we have our salt,
Put the salt right here. Great.
So we're going to put just about a tablespoon, what it says.
Oh, just 1 tablespoon salt.
Good. And
Great.
just a little
bit of the oil.
Yes, just to get it going.
Nice.
Right, just to get it going. And couscous will start to swell up one time.
I see that already.
Yes, couscous cooks really, really fast. Really fast. Give him a quick stir. And we're going to put him to steam up there for a moment.
Great.
While we are doing that,
yes,
we are going to get our cheese, because the couscous, is a kind of cheese. We make our own cheese.
Okay.
So the cheese is going to be made from these items right here.
That's why we call it ASI Kitchen, because
That's
it's
right.
awesomely scrumptious and innovative.
So go ahead, Sister
Our
Kasia.
own cheese.
Put it up.
Put a little water.
Well, you can put the water, yes. Put a little water.
How much water are we going to put there?
We're going to put like about half a glass of water.
Half a glass of water. That should do it.
A little bit more. A little bit more, because you want to make it thick. You don't want a runny cheese.
So, okay.
Because it's not like you're grating a piece of cheese.
Nice.
We're making liquid. Put it all.
So this is a healthy cheese option.
Good.
For those of us at
So we're going
home.
now for cashew.
Great.
We're going to put some
Cashew
right?
here.
This is raw cashew nuts.
Good.
Let me put all of it. Let's go for all. And I'm mixing it today with some sunflower seeds.
Yes.
All right. So we're putting all this in. You
Awesome.
follow your recipe. What I'm doing here is going to be more.
Okay.
Right, because I did more of the ingredients.
Right. So that recipe there will be good enough for a family.
Right.
Nice.
So, and 1 pound of couscous will feed a family of 10.
10?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
When we finish there, put it all together.
So I just need about quarter pound for me at my family. Yeah,
that's your family?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, you do it for you and Roger, and then you invite the neighbors to come over and get
Oh, I see, I see.
Okay, so let's go.
What else you put in here? Some shadow benny. Excellent. I think we have the sieve in here as well.
Use this spoon if you want to.
Excellent. So let's put some shadow benny in
Put
here.
some shadow benny. I will say put 2.
This is smelling really good, people.
Then we want to put some flavor peppers.
Yes. Add all those flavors in.
Put a whole big spoon of that. Excellent. And then we're going to put
Some garlic.
a garlic.
Nice.
Garlic gives the flavor. Garlic is the Mr. Antioxidant.
Very
you put your garlic
good.
in all your food, especially around this COVID time.
It's necessary.
Garlic in your food.
Anything else,
We're gonna
Brother D?
put in some onions.
Some onions as
we
well?
could put half of the onion, half of that whole glass. So put about
okay.
4 or 5 spoons.
All right.
Yeah.
'Cause that also adds a lot of flavor.
flavor.
Yes.
Onions are also good. It's good for
Great.
your cold. It's good for your heart. It's good. And garlic also.
Yes, my sister
right.
tells me, just eat garlic if you're feeling anything. Just eat it just so.
Nutritional yeast flakes. Maybe some of you in Tobago must have never, I
Seen it before? All of this, Brother D?
No, we put in half of it.
Half of this?
Because we want to leave some of that for next.
For next recipe.
So I will say put about 3 spoons. 1 more spoon. Excellentos. All right, so we're going to put a tip of salt now, because we want salt just to taste. I will say put like about a half a teaspoon of pink salt. It's called Himalayan pink
Yes.
salt. I don't think we have enough there, Natasha. Put some more.
Some more?
Put some
Okay.
more. You follow your home recipe, eh? Don't follow us here. We're just showing you how to put it together. Okay, I think about our formula, we just have to put some oil in it now, so that little oil that is left there.
That should be fine. Excellent.
Yeah. And I'll tell you the truth, couscous
is ready to go.
So fast couscous is, people.
Yes.
So you're home and you're wondering, what can I give to the children real quick? Couscous.
Real quick and healthy, Mr. Couscous. Really good. It looks good already. Here you go, Brother Diamond.
We are going to take off our machine here.
Yes, because
you want
that's
to continue to cook.
quite well done.
Yes. Oh, so we're going to blend him up. This is our Mr. Cheese, cashew cheese, you could call it, whatever cheese you want to call it. So, there we go, mix up. You want it thick, you want it smooth. Yeah. Give it a chance, make sure all is nicely blended. Just doing that for some of those grains
To go down.
Yeah.
But it's a very powerful blender, so.
Oh yes, this is Vitamix. Easy machine to work with, and it's a machine that will last you forever. Thick and smooth. Thick and smooth. Yes. Just pushing on some of these grains. Our cheese is ready.
It definitely looks smooth from here.
So Tash, now we're going to open up here.
Yes.
And we are putting half of this into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because couscous holds itself. You don't have to put anything in it, like when you want to hold something together.
Together to bind.
Yeah, like a binder. You put flour. We're not doing any flour here. Everything is nicely put together. And if you cameraman, if you could shoot down into this thing.
Closer,
exactly.
give you a closer shot of this couscous.
Close up.
Yes.
Yeah. And you mix them up nicely. And you have the pan ready now, Tash. We're not even
Sure.
the pan ready here. And we are going to bake him. Alright, so all your flavor, all your nutrients, everything is in here. And we are going to pour it out into our baking pan. So Tash, you take this one.
Yes.
And I'm going to feed you. Come over a little bit.
Sure.
And pull him over.
And we're just transferring this to your baking pan at home.
You just pull it out.
And you will find that it's already nice and, as you said,
It's ready to eat as it is, you know.
I think
Everything
so.
is just
I think you
ready to
can eat this already.
Yes, you could.
I've had couscous without baking it before. I've never baked it before.
Right, how you
So-
do your couscous with what? Spread them out so we can use all of it. Yeah, we're going to make a big fat pan. We have some cameramen here, the belly very long. That's what we say in Tobago. Some men with some long belly, especially the one whose name is Damien.
Oh my Lord.
Take all, baby, everything.
Nice. You get it all out because it's all really good stuff here.
So we're going to mash him down. Sorry, we're just going to press it down.
Okay, so if you see here, I'm just pressing it into the pan very
it into the
nicely.
Amen. And make it as level as possible. Yeah, man. Tasha, you know how to do this story.
Yes, Brother D.
Amen. So
Remember-
we're going up now with our cheese topping.
Nice.
Same topping,
Oh my.
same mixer.
Oh, this has cheese
Same
topping
mixer.
as well.
Yeah, so we're going with the
Oh,
topping.
great.
All over him. We wet him down nicely. And we're going to spread it over it.
You know, it's just like, you're making your pie at home and then you
way.
put cheese on top.
That's right.
Oh, great. You want me to spread this with
Yes,
these two?
go ahead and
Okay,
spread it.
awesome.
Spread him over neat and nice, and and then we're going to hold it up and let the folks see.
So, Brother D, you can have this for breakfast as well as you can have this for lunch.
For lunch, you could have
Or
it
for dinner.
if you want to, whatever you want to do.
Excellent.
Right.
Here you go.
So now I'm a little bit picky,
Sure, no
Touch
problem.
With my,
Fix
with my
it up.
level.
He wants it well level.
Joy and I always have a little story on that. I said, Joy, I want my story level. Please make it level. All right. So guys, you can pick me up there now. So this is our couscous pie. We are ready to put it in the oven. It is not even 6 minutes yet, and it is ready to go.
Ready to go.
So
And
we
how
are
much
putting
time would
in
you
the
leave it in the oven for?
In the oven, 350 degrees.
Okay.
And I will say 15, 20
15, 20 minutes,
If you have
okay.
a real good oven, if your oven is not working so properly, you know, sometimes you have a
Depending. Okay.
You run it for a little more time, and it should come out really, really nice.
Okay.
So we're going to have that ready to
Put
go
this
into
away.
the oven.
Excellent.
You put him down in the oven there, and give him a little time
To bake.
there to bake up.
Right. So our second recipe is whole wheat bread. And you know we love our bread here in Tobago. So let me just read out the recipe for you. 1 pound white flour or baker's flour, 1 pound whole wheat flour, 1 tablespoon yeast, 2 tablespoon pink Himalayan salt, 1 teaspoon monk fruit sugar or honey, and 1 cup oil. Well, Brother D, the master baker.
Right. So
Over
we're
to you.
doing our bread now, and we are ready.
Ready to go.
We have our flour,
Yes.
right? So, Tash, we have a white flour,
White flour,
Put it in
it's
the
already
white flour.
measured out.
and we have a whole wheat flour,
Whole wheat flour.
already measured out also.
Great.
Right. Now, we are mixing a half and half because not everybody like the complete white bread or complete whole wheat bread. Whole wheat bread, when we use the plain wheat bread, what we call stone bread, everybody don't like it. So we are doing it in a way that everybody can have a little piece and have some roughage into their systems at the same time. The white flour doesn't have a much roughage, but I'm told that the white flour is easier digested.
Right.
So let's see how it goes. Right, so we are going to use some Himalayan pink instead of using
The normal
just the
white salt.
white salt in the shop, which is rock salt. Right, so we use pink Himalayan, 1
Teaspoon.
teaspoon. We are going to use maybe we could use 1.5 kind of way. Follow your recipe at home. That's yeast, that's our rising power. We are going to use our monk fruit. You know, it's a sweetener, it's not really like sugar.
Okay.
But it gives the bread a nice little bounce, a nice little taste. I try to tell people not to beat up on sugar too much. It's not the best thing for us to put in our system. It's a little bit on the poisonous side. It takes the time and kill us.
Slowly.
Every day we take a little poisoning. And so we want to use the monk fruit sugar into our mixture today.
Okay.
Monk fruit sugar comes like this. It comes in a big bag also, and it also comes in a liquid form.
Okay.
So we are using the granules today.
Okay.
So we're going to open it up. It looks just like brown sugar kind of.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Use the whole little
Okay,
packet
good.
there. It gives a nice flavor.
Excellent.
It's not sweet, but you get a nice flavor
from it. Okay.
So what we want to do, as the old people used to say, put your hands into it and turn it about. So we're going to do a quick little mix there. Right, get
a lot of people these days are using those bread machines. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're doing big bulk,
okay.
You know, the folks who are doing it for commercial purposes.
Yes. But I mean at home, you know.
But at home, yeah, even home, people have the little machines, no problem.
Okay.
But I like to put my hand in the flour.
All right. Old school.
Yes. So I'm going to put in my oil.
1 cup oil.
I want you to notice that I'm not using the hard fats. I don't like to use the cooking.
All right. I got you.
I use soft oil.
Excellent.
Or what we call soft fat. All right. And now we are ready to make our mixture into our bread. We are going to mix this bread up. We are going to put like about 2 cups of water into this mixture. Pour for me.
Sure.
Pour it all. All right. I'll take another one. And I'm going to begin to turn it around. Give me like about half of it, and we'll see as we go along if I need more.
Need more.
Yeah. You don't want to mix your flour too tight, and at the same time you don't want to mix it too wet.
Right.
Because it's going to fight you.
Yes,
so
it must be a good
more.
consistency.
Okay. It looks like it's going to take all of that. Give me all.
Okay.
All right.
That's about 2 cups so far of
of
water.
It is still, you see, the whole wheat flour is kind of stiff, and it could draw the water really quick. So I take a little bit more. Yes. Give me a little bit more, baby.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this we'll need a little more water to bring it all together.
Yes, and not to have it too tight. You want tight bread, you want it. Give me a little bit more. Right.
Okay.
That looks good. I think we have it there now, Sister Tasha.
Excellent.
Yes, and we're going to just, as the old people used to say, telling their girl children, put
knead
your
it
hands
in,
into
yes.
it and knead it around and turn it around.
But Damon, you know,
must
it is a bit tough, you know, when you're kneading flour, because I knead flour at home, and sometimes my hands get tired kneading.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think you need, what you need is a bigger hand.
Oh boy, I don't know how we're going to get
I
that.
don't know, you will have to ask Jesus to give you a bigger hand.
Oh, maybe.
Because I could knead this for a whole hour and my hand would not get
Wow.
tired. I do it kind of every day.
Yes. I could barely make 10 minutes of kneading the flour. Yeah.
Right, so we have our dough.
It looks good, people. It's really nice and
Just knead it
elastic.
around and make sure all your flour come together. You don't want to leave it too loose. And you know, if you're going for speed and you really want to do a fast bread,
Right.
you could mix your flour with warm water.
Yes, yes, yes. I do that at home.
Right,
I mix
sometimes
it with
you want
warm
to do it
water.
quick. You know, you're running late and you want your bread to come up
Yeah,
quick.
it rises faster. So I do that.
Right. Then you can put it on the board
Sure.
and give it a little pound. Give it some pounds. Give it some pounds. Yeah. You know, you see those movements there?
Yes.
You know, you roll him around, roll him around. Roll him around.
I think that's one of the secret in getting the bread nice and soft
And use your
inside.
fingers, use these fingers.
Okay, great.
Roll, and you keep turning it around. And you have your flour.
This is an easy bread recipe for people at home who may not, you know,
Now you want to leave this to
rise
rise for a little bit.
about an hour or so.
Okay, so we don't have the time to go through all of that and leave it for another hour. So what I want to show you is, you could now, after your flour raise, you could put out what size you want in
Yes.
the pan.
Great.
All right, roll it down and give it what you want. Give it after, you make your size and you drop it into your pan.
Right.
You could also take the same dough
And make some,
make some hops.
Some hops,
Yeah,
right?
make some little hops and make it, just roll around your fingers. You need to know how to use your fingers. Roll the fingers around and bring it together. Yeah.
Make your nice
And
hops.
you make a little hops there.
Great.
You could also use the same flour. Same flour now, same mixer. I'm showing you 10 things one time. And you could do it like this. Roll it around as usual. And then get it over. And then do that. You know, like you're making a dumpling?
So this would give you like a burger bread.
A burger bread.
Nice,
And then
okay.
you could take the same flour and spread it out now with a rolling pin or something, and you could make a bake.
Right, okay.
And then if you're feeding to do this also, you could also take a little bit of it and do it up like that. Let me put a little piece more. And there's another bread that you make, Sister Tasha. What kind of bread is that? Another bread that you want to put what in?
Subway or hot dog. Yes.
And you could do
The
it
hot
like
dog
that.
bread, nice.
You bring it down to this, and you put that in your pan also. So
Oh,
you have your
beautiful. Hot dog bread. Okay, we don't have to go and buy in store anymore.
Right. So you have
Excellent.
everything there put and make it so easy.
And now you can
from
probably
the
eat
same
two.
mixture. So
You
if
already
it's-
have a loaf. You have
a whole loaf, you have your hops. So you have your hops
hops,
here. You have your burger
bread, you have
and
your
then
hot dog.
your hot dog bread. And you still have dough. You can
Yes.
do the things you want. As I said, if you want to and you want to make a bake, you could do it. If you could use a rolling pin if you want to, but I am accustomed doing this kind of story. And you have a bake.
Yeah?
And if you're feeling a little kind of way, let's say it's Roger's birthday.
Tell me what to do.
It's Roger's birthday, right?
Yes.
Take your time. It's Roger's birthday. And make him a heart bread.
Okay,
Heart,
right.
right?
You
It
shape
look
it out.
heartish, kind of.
Right. So you
You
can
know?
shape it in whatever shape you like. I got
And
you.
then,
I got you.
And then the children's special, whatever day that is. So let's say the child's name is Tasha.
Oh, you're going to make them into letters?
So you just make a tea bread.
Oh, nice.
So you make it a little bigger, a little nice and fat.
So I guess what we're trying to say is that you can make this fun at home.
At home,
you can
with
do
the
whatever
kids.
you want with the kids, with your
Yeah.
husband, and just make it fun. At the end of the
Right.
day, it's all about your family. It's all about healthy
Right.
eating, and make healthy eating fun.
And if the child name is Mango, let's say you have a Mango child, and you want to make a M, you make a M. The baby is Mango, right?
No,
Child named Mango?
no, probably Madeline, Marvelyn, Mary,
I just showed you
Mark.
all the things you can make, you know, just for fun. Folks at home, just have fun, have fun.
Have
You know,
fun,
you're home
exactly.
and you want to do some stuff. All right, so
All
that's
right.
it for bread.
So that's it for bread, as we say. Put it in your
we put the bread
pan.
in, leave it to raise.
Leave it to
and
raise.
Give it a second heating after half an hour.
Yes.
You put your whole loaf in the oven, in your bread after it would have come up to the size that you want it
Yes,
to.
double in size.
And you put it in your oven for
Maybe about 40 minutes.
well, sometimes it could bake before. It could bake in 30
About 30 minutes, yes,
If
that's
you have
true, depending on the
as I said,
oven.
That
Right.
will work well. You put it in there for like 30 minutes at 350, 340, 350 degrees, and you should have a bread by that time. Don't put the bread in the oven when it is stiff like this.
Right.
Leave the bread to raise, let
yes.
it come up. That's what the yeast is for.
Yeah.
To give it some room and to make it, you know, a lot more.
Soft.
This is, if you put this in the oven, it's going to come out like a heavy bread.
Yeah.
No longer ago, they used to make what they call a heavy dough bread.
Okay.
Right? And it's going to come out heavy. So
Yeah,
you want it,
we don't want that.
No, you don't want that. You want a light, nice, light bread.
Okay.
So, all the breads there. Cameraman, I guess you got all of those, and we good to go.
So that's it for bread, folks.
That's it for bread.
So give it a raise, give it some time to raise. When it's raised and you need it again, then you transfer it to whatever baking dish you're
Whatever baking dish
using.
you're using.
Leave it to rise again, and then bake it for about 30 minutes. Depending on your oven, it could be even 40. All right.
Yes,
So enjoy this whole wheat bread. And we're on to our third recipe. Stay with us. Well, Brother D, this kitchen already started to smell like breakfast.
Ready to eat.
Ready to eat.
Right.
So we're on to our third recipe, and we're doing scrambled tofu. Not scrambled eggs, people, scrambled tofu, but I'm sure it's going to be just as good. We have here an 8-ounce box of firm tofu, or 1 block, and here it is. All right, we already started to mash it, but we'll get back to that. So the other ingredients in the recipe: 2 teaspoons rather, of vegetable oil, 1/4 teaspoon salt, some celery, some shadow benny, thyme, onion, minced garlic. All of this is to add flavor, a pinch of turmeric or saffron powder, yeast flakes, and cayenne pepper, optional depending on your tolerance level. So, Brother D, what are we? And we also have some carrots, yes? Some shredded carrots. We also have some tomatoes.
Right.
Cubed.
Now, we put all this here so that you can see whatever you have at home.
You can add to it.
Add to it.
Okay.
So we put a whole lot of stuff. As you can notice, we just say celery, shadow benny, thyme, onion. We do not tell you how much. So
okay.
you put what you want
Like.
into this one. So we are going to begin. We want to crush our
Crush
tofu.
this, okay.
Now tofu, I want you to know, is made from the curd of the soybean. Some
Right.
people like soybeans. Some people have a myth over soybeans, say it gives cancer. I don't know where they get
Gives
the
all
story
kinds
from.
of things, yeah,
But,
I've heard
you
that.
know. And then we have firm, we have extra firm, and we also have medium.
Right.
Right, so yeah, you know, you could choose whichever one you want.
You like, okay.
It is in the supermarket all over the place. There are other types of tofu also in the supermarket. Buy whatever you want. But this one makes a really nice tofu.
Excellent.
All right. So
That's
we
good?
have
Or you want it
our
crushed a little
tofu
more?
a little crushed. We want to start our pot. We have our pot is already on fire.
Nice.
And we are going to put in just a little bit of oil to start the pot. Now, we never ever like to fry oil. You just put in a little heat on the oil,
Sure.
just to get it going. And we are going to add all these ingredients. So we are putting in our onions, all, we're using up everything now. All, garlic,
Garlic, yes.
all grated
All
carrot.
shred. Nice.
Just 1 small carrot. You could use a small one, you could use a big one. Depends on the size of your family.
Family, okay.
Right? You make accordingly. Yes.
add some more goodness into it.
Yes. Just a
Definitely.
little touch of turmeric.
Right?
You
Give
could
it some
use
nice
a piece
color.
of your raw home.
Good, freshly
backyard.
grown. Nice. Yeah, see, just grate that. Great.
So just to give it a little
Color.
you know,
Nice.
a little eggy kind of look. Right. Then we are going to do our flavor peppers, all of the chopped tomatoes, all. This is a very exciting recipe.
Oh, it looks very nice, vibrant and
All
colorful.
of the shadow benny, all that we have left
wow.
here. Don't forget you have a recipe to follow home, so you go along with that. Then I'm going to put my salt to
Okay, salt to taste, right.
Salt to taste.
Nice.
Right? So you could, as you go along, taste what you want to taste at home.
Great.
Right. I think that should be good. And I'm going to put all of the rest of this nutritional yeast flakes.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to put all of that also.
Could this recipe be made without the nutritional yeast for the diamond?
You could make it without.
Okay.
This is the yeast that we use for the
Okay,
bread.
so we don't need
that.
this. Great.
Right. So this is the container that it comes in. That's the tofu. We have the tofu crush. What I want to do here is to turn it over a little bit and have it just cooked a little bit, because this is already cooked. That's ready to eat as it is. And you know, some people, as you say, you're cooking and you want to innovative, you want to put in your own little thing, you want to have your own flavor, your own taste.
Yes.
You could add any other little thing that you want into this recipe.
Actually, this looks like it could be eaten just like
This is
that.
ready for food. This is ready to be
Yes, it
eaten.
looks like it could be eaten just like that.
So I just want to steam it just a
A little bit, okay.
Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit.
I guess you can add what you like, yes, your mushrooms if you like.
Right.
Some people like sweet peppers, you could probably add that as
Sweet
well.
pepper. You could put also anything you have around your yard. So I'm going to cover it just for a second.
Some
Just
parsley perhaps.
some parsley,
Yeah.
some celery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could add whatever you want. You want to do your own thing home.
Yes,
because you're home.
and your family flavor, what your family likes most, you add to it, so make it yours.
And Daddy, that same Daddy looking at me here right now, Daddy put some stuff in the back of the house there. You know, you could add some stuff to it. Yeah,
Yes,
Daddy,
what he
Daddy, I'm
planted.
talking the truth?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So if you want to, you could cut up a little green stuff into it. A little piece of
What you talking about?
green leafy lettuce.
Okay. Or
what's the
pak
other
choy.
one? Or pak choy.
Okay.
Put stuff in your food.
Nice.
Food. Nice
Yeah.
simple food.
And then you get all your natural ingredients
That's right.
here. And you know, I think that helps to build your immune system, you know, because you have everything here that's fresh.
Because right
So-
now we're fighting this deadly disease.
Yes, and you want
don't need to-
everything.
you don't need to go to every shop and buy
Correct.
everything that you don't know what they put in the food, but you know what you're putting in
Your food at home, correct.
So make sure the children are happy, and when the children taste this, they're going to think it's egg.
All right. Well,
Yes,
we'll
it
see.
is.
Try it at home and let us know, okay?
All right, so we have a little
And you
steam there.
know, a lot of people love eggs, but this is another alternative to eggs, especially for vegetarians.
That's right.
And if you're looking towards becoming a vegetarian, then this may be a good way to start. So you might be saying, oh boy, I can't give up my scrambled eggs. But you just might after this recipe.
So many things you could eat, so many things are there to be eaten. And I tell people say, I have to get my meat.
Yes,
But I want the people to know that I have not had meat for 38 years old.
38 years.
I'm a 38-year-old vegan.
And I have not had, no, I eat fish, but I have not had any other meat for about 22 years.
Okay. I don't eat fish either.
Wow, so he's a full vegan.
Once it comes from the ground, I eat it.
All
Anything
right,
that grows,
so full vegetarian, that's awesome.
I am vegan.
I'm aspiring to that, Brother Diamond,
time,
and probably with
don't
this
rush.
recipe here,
Tasha, don't rush.
don't rush it. Okay.
All right, and all we have to do now is to turn this over, you know. Turn him over. Wow.
Wow, it does smell good and it looks good. All for the tasting now.
All right. What are we gonna eat after we come off the set? Or you want to eat some first? Tasha, I think you should eat some, you know. I think you should take a taste.
All right, when we put all on the plate, we will we'll taste it and see. But folks, it really does look really good. It smells really good, and oh boy, it's just vibrant. It's
ready
just
to go.
vibrant and nice.
One little
Yes.
steam. That's fine.
Awesomely
That's fine.
scrumptious and
Half of a minute.
innovative cooking.
Yeah.
For about
So-
half a minute,
So
okay?
what you said, the ASI cooking was that again?
Awesomely
Awesome.
scrumptious and innovative cooking.
Let's come here and tell them.
ASI, yes, awesomely
Awesome.
scrumptious and
Scrumptious.
innovative cooking.
I'll show you, easy at all.
I tell you.
But I think we had a great time in the kitchen.
I
What do you
think
say?
so too. I think
now
so
we're going
too.
to set a plate.
Okay,
We're going to set up the plate. So we need to take out the bread.
sure. We'll do this right after. Well, Brother D, we have here the couscous
Couscous
pie. And over here we have the whole wheat bread. And you can just show them how beautiful this looks inside. And we're now going to put this on a lovely plate and show you how you can have a nice breakfast, a healthy breakfast.
You're going to eat, right?
Yes, I'm going to taste that. Yes, I'm going to taste that scrambled tofu.
If you can get it to
Okay, no, this one is the couscous.
Couscous,
Okay, nice.
And I'm going to take a slice here.
So this is our our baked couscous here. And this bread, as I said, it looks really nice. It has a nice crusty outside, but the inside is quite tender and soft.
Now, I have a little problem.
What's the problem?
I want to borrow this guy because I want my end to come up. It is hot.
Oh, the bread is still hot.
So I'm going to turn it around. Don't worry.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. So we have our bread, we have our couscous pie, and we're also going to put on this now our scrambled tofu.
All right. And it's smoking hot.
Oh, doesn't that look gorgeous?
Amen.
Beautiful. And so we have some dates, we have some prunes, we have a banana and an apple. So this gives you all your nutrition.
And you could add.
You can
whatever,
add
you
a
know,
fresh salad to it,
Yeah,
perhaps.
you, and at home you might have pineapple, you might
Whatever
have mango
fruits you
coming
have,
in soon
yeah.
and so on. Add and eat food, eat nice food. This is what you're going to eat. But then most people want a little granola, some
Yes.
people just drink milk,
Yes.
some people just drink bush tea.
Correct.
You make some vervine and some manbetaman and some timawi and that kind of bush and so on.
Yeah,
And
some
then
people
finger
grass,
and so
correct,
on.
yes.
Right. So you could add some granola, with your favorite milk, whichever milk you want to
Some
make.
almond milk.
And I could tell you something. Maybe I'll show you on the next recipe how you can make your own almond milk.
Excellent.
You could make your cashew milk. You could make your sunflower
I heard you
milk.
could also make oats milk.
You could make oat milk. You could
Okay.
make all your own milk. You don't really have to buy all
But
this
Brother D,
stuff. So,
I am getting hungry. I really want to taste that scrambled tofu.
You have
Okay?
your spoon?
Yes.
Go
okay.
ahead.
So I'm going
Have
to
fun.
try this scrambled tofu, and I'm going to give you my first-hand, honest opinion. Now hold on. It's awesome.
all right.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Really, really good. You
yeah.
should try this at home.
You're going to try the couscous pie?
I should try the couscous pie.
Go ahead, try
I've
the
never,
couscous pie.
I've had scrambled tofu before, but this one, awesome.
right.
So now I'm going to try the. Give me
Couscous
a
pie.
fork. No. All right. I'll try it with this.
Yeah, try the same spoon.
Okay. Just cut off a little piece here. Excellent. And now I'm going to try this. I'm telling you.
Yes, let's see that the
That the
couscous
Lord is good. Oh, the couscous. All right.
Tell them.
It's nice. It's nice. You gotta try it at home. You really gotta try this at home, okay? Guys, well, this is it. There you have it. We have our
Couscous pie.
couscous pie. We have our scrambled tofu. We have, yes, and we have our whole wheat bread.
Yes.
So no more buying those shop bread, okay? And you can try the tofu and you can also try our couscous pie. And we trust that you and your family will be healthier just because Jesus wants you to be healthy. He loves you. And the more you are healthy, of course, the more you can even understand your Bible,
Amen.
isn't it? When you read and understand.
You have to wake up the brain cells.
Correct.
So that you could learn. So folks, it was a pleasure being with you. We are glad to join you in your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your living room, wherever you are looking at us. We want you to know that we are glad to share these recipes with you. So thanks, Tasha.
Thank you, Brother D.
We had a great time together.
Awesome.
From all of us at the
ASI Kitchen. Keep cooking. God bless you.
God bless you.
Well, you know, that tofu really lashing, like real.